Hi everyone, I am so sorry I have not been very good with posting my weekly pregnancy updates. I've had a cold for like 4 days. Easter and my niece and nephew's birthday party was so not fun because I could not breathe and couldn't take anything between being pregnant and my Hashimoto's. There was really no medicine that I could take other than Tylenol, and I didn't have a headache, so I figured why even try with a Tylenol if it's not going to help the symptoms that I was having. And then also, I was so tired before I found out I was pregnant, and I had attributed that to thinking it was part of my thyroid condition, and it turns out it wasn't. It was being pregnant. And then after I got back on my thyroid medication right, I knew I was pregnant, I was drinking a lot of water and eating really healthy, it seemed that the fatigue went away. The last week and a half to 2 weeks, the fatigue is definitely back, and it is back with vengeance. I seriously feel like I don't do anything other than want to sleep, think about sleeping, and fall asleep. Like, I don't want to do anything, like even going to the store. I haven't gone grocery shopping because I just can't bring myself to do it. The fact that I got some eyeliner and some face makeup on today is probably the first time in 2.5 weeks I put makeup on. You guys probably saw a deterioration of how well I put myself together before filming in my last few videos. That's why I completely left my face out of the last red cabbage video, just because I've had no energy to do anything, like not even brush my hair. Like, I wake up, brush my teeth, have a glass of water, and get back in bed. Like, that is the extent of it. And of course, they're having me work 6 days a week because we've got some people out at work, so I'm actually doing more at work, and I don't have the energy to even do my part-time work. But that's just kind of an update on where I'm at. As for today, based off my original due date, I am 9 weeks and 2 days. And based off of the new due date, I just want to tell you guys both because I want to say I'm with the 9 weeks because that means the fatigue and the morning sickness is going to go away sooner. Sorry, that was my phone. But at the same time, I don't want to rush through this pregnancy either. But according to the new due date, pulling it up here, I am 7 weeks and 5 days. So, I mean, they're not that far off from each other, but still. So I guess I will start with symptoms. My morning sickness has turned from slight nausea that can be curbed by just eating frequently to a little stronger, which I found out mints. These things right here, at least for me, seriously seem to curb the nausea. Like, I felt really sick, and the only thing we had to eat in the house was a damn mint Milano cookie. I love those things, and I'll eat a whole bag. But anyways, I had just one nibble on the cookie because we didn't have any crackers, and I was like, that's odd. Sweets have been making me feel really nauseous, and this isn't. And then my sister was like, oh yeah, mint really helped me when I was pregnant. So my mom bought me a bag of those kind of mints, and all last week, anytime I felt nauseous, I could have a mint, and it wouldn't completely go away, but it became bearable. However, mints are slowly not working as well this week. I experienced my first throw up on the side of the freeway on my way to work at 5 a.m. yesterday. So the nausea is a little more intense. I'm actually throwing up now. I've only thrown up once, I'll say 1.5 times, because I was dry heaving the other day really, really bad. Nothing came out. I know it might be TMI, but just I had this incredible urge, and it was just over and over and over, but nothing came up. But that whole maneuver still happened. So, so it's getting worse. So, but hopefully, they say by week 12 or 13, it starts dying out. So since I'm getting it so later, like not as early as a lot of people, maybe I'll only have had a couple weeks of it, but we'll see. I am going to show you a few baby wipes and a gift that I got. First of all, my husband came home. He got these little man bottles. I'm thinking we're going to go with the wide bottles. That's why he got these. I had read in a pamphlet from Babies R Us that if you plan on breastfeeding but have the concern that you're going to need to go to formula or supplement with formula, that wide bottles are the easiest for babies to go back and forth between. Obviously, I'd prefer to not have to use bottles in the beginning and then slowly move to maybe pumping and using bottles. But both my sisters did not have very good luck with being able to breastfeed. Their body just didn't produce enough, and eventually just stopped producing, regardless of the fact that they were still trying every hour or so to try and get something out, whether it be pumping or actually with the baby latched on. So I do have that fear that I'm not going to be able to, just because of family history. Although I really, really hope that I'm able to breastfeed, at least if I can pump, at least. But we'll see. So we got those bottles just as to see. I figure we'll probably get different ones and stuff at the baby shower, and then we can read up on all of them and see what we want to use when the baby comes. And then we bought the thermometer pacifier, and then it's also the medicine pacifier. So you can put the little baby Tylenol or whatever it is in here, and then you can just suck on it through there. So I thought this was really cool. I've never had a baby, so I don't know if this works. So let me know if you've used these, if they're great, or if you think that we should return it and get a different product. But yeah, so we got that. My husband found this and thought it was the absolute coolest thing, and I've actually seen them before. I buy them for baby showers. I've never used one, but I thought the concept was cool. When you're on the go, you feel this part up here with the baby food, and squeeze, and the food comes out there. So it helps keep it clean, maybe if you're on a car ride or in a restaurant or something, and you don't really have a bunch of free hands. So, and then we know that we want to read to our baby. I want to have a little bookshelf and little baby library in the nursery. So we started with our first book. It's a book of a bunch of different fairy tales and nursery rhymes, and got it at Ross for like $4. So it's a pretty big book. So that's the first book that we got. As you can see behind me here, we bought 2 cases of Love's diapers. I don't know whether or not we're going to use Love's, but these were on a really good sale at Target. They were $14 each per case, and I think each case comes with 108 diapers. So we got 216 diapers for $30, and then Target gave us a $5 gift card for buying 2 at the same time. So really, for $25, we got 200 diapers. So I figured we can have them. If I need to exchange them or whatnot later, we can, but I didn't want to pass up a deal. We got our first baby gift from my sister Jackie. It's super cute. It's just a frame, and it says, "Mommy and me grow a little every day," and we put a maternity picture. That's obviously not me. You put a maternity picture in, and then 9 months and counting, the ultrasound photo, and then until I'm here, you put the newborn photo. So that was our first baby gift that someone had purchased for us. So I was kind of excited. She gave me that on Easter. So, yeah. Other than that, if anyone has any suggestions, this is like the thing that's driving me the most crazy. I feel hungry nonstop, but don't want anything. Like, nothing sounds good at all, except for I've really been wanting, like, carne asada, beans, and rice, like Chipotle burrito. Like, that's what I want. And I think that's because I've had it, like, twice this week. One homemade version from my sister-in-law who cooks, like, amazing, like, as if she should be on TV, or in, like, a fancy, like, million-star restaurant, and then also from Chipotle. So, but no matter how much I can eat, like, I can eat a burrito, like, this big. Like, I know I shouldn't be. I should be, like, not needing to eat that much. But I still feel so hungry. Like, is there anything out there that you guys have eaten that actually curbs your appetite to where you don't feel like you haven't eaten in 10 years, even though you've just eaten, like, 5 days worth of food? I feel, it's almost like eating is a chore now. Like, I'm totally grateful, and I love it, and I used to love eating. Like, I would love to eat 1,000,000 times a day. That's why I'm not, like, a size 000,000. But nothing tastes good or satisfying, or very few things are. And I just constantly need to be eating something, I feel, because I have that feeling of needing to eat, but I don't want to. So I feel like it's just such a chore. So if you guys have any suggestions for that, please, please, please let me know. But this video is getting pretty long. I'm going to go ahead and do a stand-up and do a live belly shot. I figure that kind of is a little bit better for you guys, because sometimes when I take the pictures, it's a few days, sometimes even a week before. And showing on my phone isn't very good, and I'm so lazy I don't feel like editing. So I'm going to stand up and show you. I don't know how well this will work because I've never done a live belly shot. So let's see. And I hope there's not a glare. So, also another question. Does anyone have tattoos right here that have kids? What did they turn into afterwards? Because I'm kind of nervous to see what these are going to look like. So, that's that. That's the belly. I haven't gained maybe but a pound so far, if that, and even that, I wonder. Because my scale always seems to fluctuate and is not very accurate. But it's starting to poke out. My sister-in-law, who I haven't seen in a couple weeks, said she could tell I looked pregnant, but that made me a little sad because I'm not even at the first trimester. I don't want everyone to see that I'm huge, because then that means I'm just going to get even bigger. But oh well, I'm excited. Can't wait to feel a baby in there. But I'm out of breath just from that little bit. So I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you guys next week, hopefully on time.